Hi guys, welcome back to another Monday Mommy Moments. Today we're going to talk about shameful statements. A lot of parents say it, are guilty of, whether you say it directly or indirectly, we all are guilty. So I'm here to share these statements and why you shouldn't do it and what type of effect it has on your child, psychologically, physically, emotionally, because remember, kids have emotions too. Okay, so number one statement we should not say ever. So this is for parents who have multiple kids, more than one. Okay, for example, you hear this a lot. I know I heard it a lot in my life growing up. Why can't you be why can't you be like your brother or like your sister? Why can't you just be a little bit more like them? And you know what? No one wants to hear that. No one likes to hear that. That is the worst statement you can ever say to your child. I know I experienced it. I know many of you have. And it just crushes you inside. Well, whether you think, oh, that he will outgrow it. You never outgrow those statements. Let me tell you something. They will always come wherever you go with you. You can heal. Okay? You can heal. You can heal from them, but they will always be here. So if you had that happen to you, remember when you have kids to never do that, because you know how that makes you feel, or you know how that made you feel. So you and I should be the one to never say that to our kids. Okay. Number two, this is sometimes said by teachers. Even parents can say it. You let your class down by saying that or by doing that. My first teacher was a very positive teacher in my life, very positive person. I believe if I had a different teacher, I don't think I would have been where I am today. But if you've had a bad teacher in the beginning, teachers are like, for example, it's like your parent basically, but not in your house. But it's someone you spend the most amount of time. So if they're saying negative words to you and shaming you in front of class, and some teachers could even be doing that as a joke or saying, "Oh, it's just funny." It's not. Okay, don't say it. Something that I caught myself. Number three, why can't you dress more like your friend? Or I'm trying, I really would like for you, and this is one thing I was very, I'm very guilty that I said to my daughter, why can't you listen to your friend? Look how polite she sounds, and she has such great manners. Because there's a point in my 7-year-old now, but she was 6 back then. She's what, 2 years ago. And she was just misbehaving. And was just I was like, man, what am I raising, a monkey here? And I remember saying once to her, why can't you just behave like your friend? I'm not gonna mention names. And that's just wrong. So wrong. Because I know after that she started to behave, but now after a while I look back, I was like, that's just wrong. Don't ever say that. And I have apologized. But I'm just saying, don't say it to your kid. Don't compare your kid's speech, kid's behavior, kid's manners, the way they look, the way they talk, the way they dress, to nobody. You want them to be them, unique, different from everybody, and you want them to celebrate that, and just you want them to be happy of who they are and who they're becoming, without shaming them. Number five, don't cry. It's not the end of the world. I've said this too, and you catch yourself, and I know probably a lot of you moms have said that, or dads, whether they're crying for a movie or whatever, something that they lost or dropped and they couldn't go back and get it. It's still, remember, their emotions are very sensitive. The stage of development that they are, they're not emotionally developed. I mean, heck, like I'm 40 and sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, you need to develop that emotional side, whatever, you know. So as a human being, you're always growing emotionally and developing. So you don't expect a little child to be all grown up and all emotionally developed. So if they want to cry about something, don't say it's not the end of the world. Let them cry and just hug them. That's all they want. I know you and I want that too. This one that I hate, I've never said to my kids, I will never say it. I hope I will never come to that stage where I say it. You're such a bad girl, you're such a bad boy. It's just not, it's just a bad label. It crushes your soul, it crushes you mentally, emotionally, physically too. And you don't want to let nobody else, you have to make sure you tell your kid too, you don't let nobody say that to you. Nobody, I don't care who they are. Nobody should say you're a bad boy, you're a bad girl, okay? A behavior does not determine who you are. Does not determine your heart, does not determine your how strong and how smart you are. No, a behavior is simply a cry out for a need that is not met. That's all. I'm so tired of your attitude. I'm so tired of your behavior. I'm so tired of your bad language. And let me tell you something, you're gonna reap what you say. You're gonna be tired and then exhausted, and then you're gonna lose your mind. So don't say that. Get to the point and why your kids are behaving or why they have an attitude. Now sometimes they may have all their needs met, and there's cases like that. All their needs met, they still misbehave. You also have to remember that every stage of you as a human being, you're developing, you're growing, and every stage has its own like hormonal wise, like your hormones are affecting your development, your environment, and what they see, what they hear, what they're being taught. Everything around your child is affecting the way they develop. So make sure the environment they're in helps them to grow, okay? And naturally, when you hit 12, 13, 14, you are at that stage. Well, in this country, people say that. I don't believe that for every I don't believe that in general, because I know it's not true. I grew up, I never spoke back to my mom. I never was allowed to speak back to her or talk back to her, or any of my parents, or any of my elders. You were raised to respect everything you own, to take care of everything you own. So it depends on how your child is being raised, and that's exactly what they're going to that's exactly how they're going to see the environment around them. So when they're a teenager here, oh, they're just a teenager, they don't know any better, let them find their way. No. What are you in their life for? What are you a parent for? You create that environment that you want them to be, okay? Don't let your child be raised by the streets and by the teachers, or by TV, by social media, because that's how they're going to end up. That's the mind they're going to have, and that's not who you want them to be, because that's not who they're meant to be. Okay, you create the environment you want your child to be like. And another one, sometimes if your kid does not listen, we might say, I don't even know why I bother. I don't even know why I bother asking or trying so hard. I don't even know why I'm buying all this for you. You're still not listening. Again, nobody in this world just acts just like that. Even a puppy. If they are barking, they're barking because, one, they might be hungry. Two, they want attention. Three, they want out. So if your child is hungry, feed them. If your child needs attention, give them the attention. Love them, hug on them. And I'm not saying spoil the heck out of them. I'm saying if you have the time, spoil them with the time. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure that you don't expect the environment, the world, to meet the needs that they have, that you're supposed to meet, whether that's emotionally, mentally, psychologically, physically. Be there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed these tips. I also hope you consider sharing with other parents, and if you do, I appreciate it. Also, subscribe and hit the bell button. This way the YouTube notifies you every time I upload. Thank you so much for coming back to another Mommy Monday Moments. There's 3 M's. I'm still learning how to say them. Mommy Monday Moments. So 3 M's right here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.